Hey everybody, I shot a video yesterday where I updated everyone on the loss of my koi fish, and I had a lot of people asking for updates and if I ever figured out what was wrong with it or what happened or why it died. I could do an update and explain circumstances or whatever, and the truth of the matter is it just died. I have no idea why, and that's actually what I want to talk about in this video. The koi that I brought home was, I had it for about 2 weeks, and if I had put it in quarantine like I should have, then it still would have been in quarantine for several more weeks. So any fish that I get, I bring home and it dies within that first few weeks or that quarantine period, or what would be a quarantine period, I don't get too concerned about what I've done to kill that fish. My water parameters are fine, all the other fish in there are fine, like that fish just died. I have no idea why, I never will, and the vast majority of the fish I lose is going to be the same scenario. I'm just going to see dead fish in the tank and I'm going to have no idea why they're dead. It's nothing I've done. My water conditions are fine. And I get that a lot with people when I have fish die or when they have fish die. There's this sort of mad rush to go around checking the water. I get all these questions about, did you check the ammonia? Did you check this and that? If there's a reason that I suspect the ammonia might be out of whack or something might be wrong with my cycle, then I will check water parameters or whatever. But for the most part, if I can see that all of the other fish are fine, and the example of this pond here, I did check all the parameters just to double check before I shot this video. I got no ammonia, I actually had no nitrite, or no nitrate, no nitrite. Again, everything's exactly where I expected it to be, except the nitrate was lower than I was expecting it to be. Not that that makes a difference one way or the other in the health of the fish, but I was still just expecting to see more sort of robust water in there, a little more organically rich water than I saw. There was almost no nitrate in there. And so all of the other fish are still doing fine. They're swimming around. They're not showing any signs of distress. And again, the thing that annoys me is all of those fish I paid between 19 cents and 38 cents a piece for, and the one that I paid $20 for is the one that died. I couldn't lose a 15-cent fish. I had to lose the $20 fish. So that's just all there is. The fish died and I don't know why. And so when we're keeping fish, there seems to be this tendency, tomorrow night's live stream topic, I do a live stream every Friday night and Sunday nights is a topic discussion, and tomorrow night's live stream is going to be all about the fish police and the police, the fish police out there that get you when you have a fish die or when you've done something wrong, especially if it really is something you've done wrong, because we do make mistakes and we do have times where the fish die for known reasons. I turned the heater up too high, I forgot to plug the filter back in, whatever. There are things we've done that result in fish losses, and there are people out there that will attack you for that as though you're some kind of bad person rather than simply a human being who made a mistake or whatever. You've done this deliberately because you're cruel. And so that's going to be tomorrow night's topic. We're going to talk all about that. This video is about the idea that we need to figure out why our fish died when they died. And again, more often than not, we just aren't ever going to do that, and we need to be okay with that. And I am okay with that. You need to be okay with that if you're one of those people that just has to find out why your fish died, and you're checking all these water parameters, and you're just scratching your head. You're driving yourself mad for nothing. Down that road, madness lies. You're never going to figure out why these fish died. And I'm a little fascinated as to why everybody seems to think that because it says, 15 years on the box, you think that fish is going to live 15 years. I mean, hell, when you buy light bulbs, they often don't last as long as it says on the box. So when you're talking about living animals, yes, I understand that this type of fish can live for 15 years, and there are even some examples where it lived to be 25. I've had cats that lived to be 18 or 19, but I've also had cats that died at 5 or 6 from nothing that had anything to do with me or the way I kept them. I had a blood clot, one had cancer, one had a stroke. These things happen. Human beings don't all live to be our maximum age. We all know that person that unexpectedly died at 42 from a heart attack, or tragically got cancer in their 20s or something. That kind of stuff happens. And when you're talking about fish and the way the gene pool in the fish breeding industry must be by now, and don't kid yourself, if you're going to your local fish store and you think they've got some kind of magically better quality fish than your big chain pet store, they in all likelihood, they're buying them from the same suppliers, and if not, the suppliers are buying them all from the same people, or those suppliers are supplying the other people. It's a big industry. A lot of fish are going around. Even your local breeders, where are they getting their stock? Are they going down to the Amazon and collecting their own fish and bringing them back? They're pulling fish out of the hobby, or maybe from other breeders or whatever, and by now, all these decades of the hobby, and you just cannot expect fish to have these amazing high quality genes anymore. And even if they did, if you went into the wild, you would often find fish that don't live to be their maximum lifespan. And trying to figure out what that cause of death was, unless you're a microbiologist and you understand, you can examine the liver to find out if there's fatty deposits in the liver and look at the heart, or who knows? Just who knows? It could be anything causing these fish to die. And this fascination with coming to some sort of reason, and then also this sort of association of it must have been something I've done to cause this. That's where it falls apart for me. You didn't do anything wrong in all likelihood. If you come down and you find some dead neons in your tank, or one of your mollies is just sort of unexpectedly dead, it's only 2 years old, but now it's just dead, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. Again, if you suspect, well, I did just put a brand new filter on there yesterday, maybe it's not cycled, fine. If you see other fish in the tank behaving oddly, if the water's clouded, if there's a reason to think maybe something's going on in the tank, then dig into it. Certainly look into it, especially if you see other fish that are in distress. If you got 2 fish that are dead and 4 more that are swimming around the surface, all right up at the top, look into that very quickly. You've probably got an ammonia spike, or something is going on in the tank that's causing low oxygen levels or something. If you've got fish that are all swimming around looking perfectly normal and healthy, and the water's clear and everybody's feeding, and a fish dies, that's not a mystery to me. It's just, well, I guess it is a mystery to me, but it ain't one I'm going to read, because I do not care how that one ends. It's just a dead fish, and I'm going to move on with my life. I'm not going to put a lot of thought into that. In fact, when I did that video yesterday, I took the fish and I just chucked it down in the yard, and probably overnight a fox or a raccoon or something got himself a $20 fish dinner. But, that's the last I thought about it. I'm just not concerned with how that koi died. It's a bummer, but it happens. And beating ourselves up and thinking we did something wrong, or we've done something that was responsible for that fish's death, more often than not, that's not the case. And when it is the case, we usually know about it. We usually know it's because we forgot to plug the heater back in, or we turned the heater up way too high, or something. It's usually something pretty solidly identifiable that we do that causes our fish to die. The random fish that turns up dead in your tank is in all likelihood not your fault, not anything you've done, and just stop worrying about it. It's really not a big deal. So, having said all that, I'd like to hear your thoughts about that. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the fish police and how you feel about those, people in these fish communities that just, lash out and attack everybody when they're not doing it right or they're doing it wrong. That's going to be tomorrow night, Sunday night's live stream topic. That'll be for July 3rd. Not sure when you're actually going to be watching this video, but Sunday, July 3rd, topic is going to be all about the fish police and how to stop caring what they say, in short. So, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think about fish dying, so on and so forth. Don't forget, I do my live streams every Friday night at 8 p.m. I do one every Sunday night at 8 p.m., which is a topic discussion. And then on Wednesdays, I do a private members-only live stream. That's usually a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, sign up for membership. Basic membership gets you access to all of that stuff. So thanks for watching this one. I'll see you real soon in the next one.